Hey you guys, this is Michelle Goldstein with Alchemy Yoga. And before we get started today, I just want to mention this promotion that we're doing with Threads for Thought. So Threads for Thought is an eco-conscious clothing company, and they've donated for us 15 pairs of women's yoga pants. They're all made from recycled plastic bottles, and I'm wearing a pair of them right now. So they've donated these 15 pairs of pants, and in order to enroll in the competition, all you have to do is post this video to your Facebook page, and then go to this link right here and post on that link the link to your Facebook page post as well as your email address so that we can confirm your entry. So over the next couple of months, we'll be picking 15 people who've posted the videos, and we'll send you out a pair of these amazing pants. They're super comfortable too. They're super soft and very well made. So we're stoked for that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with our practice today. So we're filming here at the Springs in downtown Los Angeles, and I'm here with Christian, amazing yogi. Let's go ahead and come to child's pose. So separate your knees a little wider than your hips. Sink your bottom down towards your heels. And just start to drop into your breathing practice. Just notice that you're breathing through your nose. And allow your breath to become deeper. And then with that deep breathing, come up to your hands and your knees. And let's go ahead and just tuck the toes under and come right into your first downward dog. So we're just going to do a quick flow practice today. These seem to be very popular. We get lots of requests for more of them, so we're happy to oblige. I'm a huge proponent of practicing yoga every day, or at least, as often as you can. And with our busy schedules, we don't always have the time for a full hour or hour and a half. So as you drop into your breathing, it's like pretty powerful what you can get done in a short period of time when you really dedicate yourself to it. So go ahead and shift forward to plank pose on an inhale. And then just draw the hips back to down dog on the exhale. And again, inhale, shift forwards to plank. Lengthen the tailbone down towards your heels. And exhale back to downward facing dog. And last time here, inhale to plank. And this time, exhale, lower halfway down to chaturanga. And flip over the tops of the feet. Come to upward dog. And exhale, hips back, downward facing dog pose. Good, deep breath. And start to flex your thighs so the kneecaps lift and the legs press back into the hip sockets. Okay, and then step your right foot up to your hands. And just be in a runner's lunge here. I usually come onto my fingertips. I feel like it helps give a little more space in the upper back, so maybe you check that out. You could also take your hands to blocks if it helps give you more space. And just take one more breath here. Okay. Step back to downward dog. And again, inhale to plank. And exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, back, downward dog. Good. Step your left foot up to your hands. Maybe come up onto your fingertips. Definitely sit the hips low enough that your left knee is at least at a 90-degree angle. And just draw the left thigh back into the hip socket, into its hip socket. Get some extension in your upper back so you're not rounding forwards. You want to lengthen the spine. And just one more big breath. to downward dog. And again, inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath through your nose. Push up out of your shoulders. Allow your neck to soften. And when you're ready, go ahead and look forwards and bring your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine, come halfway up. Exhale, fold in half. And then inhale, rise up to stand up, circle the arms. And fold forwards. We'll come all the way down. Just keep it moving. Inhale, lengthen out. And exhale, step to plank. And lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog pose. Deep breath, you guys. Just do a scan maybe of your body and notice what can you wake up a little bit to bring more integrity to the pose, and what can you relax? What can you soften? Okay, step your right foot up to your hands. Come up to crescent pose now on the back toes. So we're just diving right in. Lengthen the tailbone down and lift the frontal hip points up. I was working with somebody last night, a private student, and I was noticing that he was having a very difficult time getting any length in his spine at all. So I had him bend his back knee. If you find that that helps you, and it helped him a lot actually, if it helps you to bend the back knee, you can try that, see what happens. Sometimes I even bend the back knee, lengthen the tailbone down, and then extend out through the left heel to straighten the left leg. So you can try that as well. And then bring the palms together in front of your heart, and just step the left foot up to the front of your mat to meet your right. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, step back or jump back to chaturanga. It's your choice. Lower down. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, back, downward dog. Good. Push up out of your shoulders. Keep that upper back really active. And then step your left foot up to your hands. Come up to crescent. Crescent lunge. So keep that pelvic tilt, tailbone lengthens down. Maybe bend the back knee a little bit. You can try it. It's always worth trying. You know, if it doesn't work for you, then okay, you can ditch it for now, you know. But if you do find a technique that works, then how awesome that you tried, you know. When you straighten the back leg, you'll definitely get more of a psoas stretch, more of a quad stretch, so that might be nice too. It just depends on what you're working with in your body. Now soften the shoulders. And just take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, palms together at your heart and step the right foot up to meet the left. Good, you guys. Bend your knees, chair pose, inhale. And then fold forwards on your exhale. Lengthen Ardha Uttanasana, inhale. Exhale, make your way back. You can step or jump. Lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Good. Exhale, back to down dog. Step your right foot up to your hands. Spin the back heel flat. Come up to warrior one pose for a breath. Big inhale, bend the right knee. And lower the hands down to the mat. Step to plank and lower. Inhale, up dog. Good. Exhale, back, down dog. Step the left foot through, back heel flat. Come up, warrior one pose. Inhale. And exhale, release the hands to your mat. Step back and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Deep breath. So see if you can firm up your triceps a little bit. That's the upper outer arms. Firm those in. And work the inner hand down so your thumb and pointer finger press. And inhale up on your toes. Exhale, look forwards and walk or hop the feet up to your hands. Lengthen, inhale. Fold, exhale. Okay, bend your knees, chair pose, inhale. And then exhale, fold in half. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, step or jump to chaturanga. So chaturanga is a pose, right? Inhale, up dog. It's, make sure that you take it. Exhale, down dog. Don't just breeze through it. Step the right foot through. Come up, warrior one for a breath. And release the hands to your mat. Step back. Lower down, chaturanga. It's halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot steps through, back heel flat. Warrior one, come up, inhale. And exhale, release to plank and lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, back, downward dog. Smooth, steady breath. Keep the quads flexed. That will help to release your hamstrings. And then when you're ready, we'll bring the feet to our hands again. So look forwards, look where you're going, hop or walk. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose, inhale. And exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, vinyasa, make your way back. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Step the right foot through. Come up, warrior one. Big breath in. Reach up. Exhale, release. Plank. And lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Step the left foot through. Come up, warrior one. Inhale, bend that left knee, root the back foot, and release the hands. Step to plank and lower down. Inhale up. Exhale back. Good. Lift the right leg, inhale. Exhale, step the right foot through. Come to warrior one for a breath. And open up to warrior two pose for a breath. Good, you guys. Reverse warrior, big breath in, reach up and back. Exhale the hands down to your mat. Step to down dog, lift the right leg up, inhale. Exhale the right knee to the left elbow for a breath. Good, inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale the right knee to the right elbow for a breath. And inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, bring the right knee into your chest, shift forward to plank. And then just come to plank pose, both legs straight. Lower down. Good, inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Lift the left leg, inhale. Exhale, step through. Come up, warrior one. Open up to warrior two. Good, sweep up and back. Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale the hands to your mat. Step to down dog, lift the left leg, inhale. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, left knee to left elbow for a breath. Good, inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, left knee to your chest, shift forwards. And then plank pose, both legs straight. Lower it down. Inhale up. Exhale back. Good, deep breath. Good. Step your right foot up to your hands. Come to warrior one. And let's go ahead and open up to warrior two pose. Warrior two. Deep breath. So I was talking to a student was talking to me actually after one of my classes here in LA this week, and he said, okay, I see what your formula is now. He's like, yeah, you warm us up a lot. Like the first 15, 20 minutes is just nonstop movement, and then you move into these deeper holds. And by the time we end, there's a lot of stillness. It's cool. There's a lot of cooling down and shavasana. He's like, you never skimp on shavasana. And on these videos, we do kind of skimp on shavasana, kind of leaving that one up to you a lot of the time. But the point is to get really warm and then just move into your body respectfully and allow it to open. Just take one more breath here. Straighten the right leg. Come to triangle pose. Lengthen forwards. Take the right hand either to your right shin or to a block. Maybe you grab the floor with the right hand. Reach the left arm up. Flex your quadriceps and externally rotate the shoulders so the shoulders move down the back. And today, let's go ahead and take the left arm and reach it over the left ear for a few breaths. Now work the back leg, the left leg, press it straight. Firm the right hip into the midline of your body. And as you take the shoulders away from the ears, reach through the left fingertips. Soften your jaw. Then come on up to warrior two pose, bend the right knee. And lower the hands down to your mat. Step to plank. Bring your feet together and let's roll to the outer left foot now. Reach the right arm up for side plank. So to modify, you can put your left knee down on the ground like this, or you can take your right foot to the floor in front of you like this, like a kickstand. Otherwise, both legs straight, push up out of the left shoulder. So just check it out. Just make sure that you're making a wise choice about what option you choose. Lift the hips up. Bring the right hip up and over slightly so that the frontal hip points point straight in front of you. Good, you guys. Now lower the right hand down. Come to plank. And either shift back to down dog or lower halfway down chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale back, downward dog. Good. Step the left foot through. Come up, warrior one. Now open up to warrior two. So there is a formula. I mean, as rebellious as I've always kind of been in my life, when it comes to sequencing a yoga practice, it's like the wheel works best round, which is why we keep the wheel round. And it's fun to get somewhat creative with the sequencing. But the reality is that to safely open the body, it's kind of best to stick to warming up with some sun salutes, doing some external standing poses like we're doing right now, and then moving in for twists and then coming to the floor. So there is a formula. Within the familiarity of that formula, often we can find a lot of peace, actually. We can start to access the subconscious mind. When we're in something familiar, we don't have to think too much about it. Let's just sit down one more inch. Good. Now press the left leg straight. Lengthen forwards with the left arm. And come in for triangle pose. And so when we don't have to use the thinking mind too much, it's familiar. This is familiar for many of us. Then you can kind of relax into it in a whole other way, even if you're working. Reach the right arm over the right ear for a few breaths. Keep the legs engaged. Keep the connection of your feet and the ground beneath you. Like, just keep the awareness of that connection. Lengthen through the side body, both sides of your body, shoulders down the back. Deeply breathing, come up to warrior two, bend your left knee. Lower the hands to your mat, step to plank. Bring your feet together, roll to the outer right foot. Reach the left arm up to the sky for side plank. And again, any variation that works best for your body, I suggest that. Flex the thighs, firm the belly. Good, relax your face. And bring the left hip up and over just slightly so that the hips, oftentimes the top hip will start to rotate upwards. And we don't really want that so much. We want the hip points to face forwards, right in front of your face. Take one more breath. Good, you guys, release the left hand down. And either back to dog or vinyasa if you want it. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale back, downward dog. Deep breath. Okay, step your right foot up to your hands. Come up to crescent pose on the back toes. Take the arms up. Okay, so we're going to wrap the left arm underneath the right arm for eagle wrap. And then can you step the left leg up and over the right leg for eagle pose? So if you can't fully wrap the pose with the arms or the legs, that's fine. You know, in yoga, we always want the pose to fit our bodies as opposed to trying to make our bodies fit into a pose. You know, just yoga with an agenda is not yoga. So, and it can be confusing when you're starting out because you're looking for instruction and you want your pose to look like the person who's teaching you. And the reality is that our bodies are so different. Soften the shoulders, find a little space within it. Just take one more breath here, you guys. Okay, we're going to come to standing splits. Release the arms and legs. Extend the left leg back. And just fold forwards. You can grab a block or two blocks if it helps you get the right leg straight with the hands on the floor. Get your shoulders away from your ears. Some of you, maybe you walk your hands back towards your right foot, or maybe even grab your right ankle with your right hand. Spread your toes, take one more breath. And then softly step the left foot straight back behind you. Come to warrior one pose. And open up to warrior two. Okay, so again, reverse warrior, inhale. And up and over for side angle pose on the exhale. You can bring the right hand to the floor or the right elbow to the right thigh. I find that bringing the hand down lower, even if you're using a block, gives a much better stretch than keeping the forearm on the thigh. But, you know, that's me and my body. So, you know, just make sure you're listening to what your body tells you. Get enough space that you can get rotation in your spine. So the heart, if you think about the sternum, you want that to start to rotate up towards the ceiling. Left arm over the left ear. Feel the right thigh sink down a little bit. Good, one more breath here, you guys. And then come on up to warrior two. And release your hands down to your mat. Okay, we're going to step back to plank, lift the right leg up. And then just set your left knee down on your mat. Walk your right hand under your right shoulder. And lower the right hip so that it's level with the left. Okay, reach the left arm forwards. And so stage one, stay just like this. Stage two, bend your right knee and catch your right foot with your left hand. So spread the toes. And as you drop the right hip a little bit, it'll help you open into the left shoulder more. So explore the stretch behind the left shoulder blade, the rhomboid muscles. Push up out of the right shoulder. And just one more breath, you guys. And use your core strength. Straighten the right leg back. Left arm forwards for a breath. And then lower the hand and knee down. Okay, just come to plank. Tuck the toes under. Lengthen the legs back. And lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale back, downward dog. Good. Step your left foot up to your hands. Come up to crescent. Crescent lunge. Okay, wrap the right arm underneath the left arm for eagle wrap. And softly step the right leg up and over the left. Keep your sense of humor, like your yoga is not dependent on balance. Like the practice is not, it is learning how to balance, but it's also learning how to fall. And so just to remember that, that the two work together. And the two that I'm talking about are any two opposites that you can think of. Up, down, left, right, you know the drill. So honor what's happening without too much attachment to results, right? Yoga with agenda is not yoga. One more breath. Okay, unravel, come to standing splits. Release the arms and legs. Hands down. And just allow your body to settle into it. Look, your body may not feel like it's settling into anything. It may feel like it's resisting everything. That's okay. If that's the case, use some blocks, get some space. But what can you relax that will help you settle in? Maybe you take the left arm, wrap it around the left ankle. Good. Spread your toes. Keep the legs engaged. So the quads flex, the fronts of the legs flex. And step back to warrior one with the right foot. Float the arms up. And open up to warrior two. Okay, reverse warrior, inhale. I don't know if we did that on the other side, but we're doing it now, and then come in for side angle. Left either elbow to left thigh or left fingertips to the ground or a block. Right arm over the right ear. Make sure that you draw the left hip into the midline of your body. So in this pose, it's kind of common for the hip, the front hip, to drop back behind you and collapse out. Do the opposite. Hug it in so that your left hip points to your right foot. Does that make sense? Check it out. And by the way, if it doesn't ever make sense, if you hear alignment cues in yoga classes and it doesn't make sense, just keep breathing, everybody. Sometimes it takes years to really understand what something means. And just to be open to receiving it instead of shutting it down will keep you an avid learner. It'll keep you learning and growing. Now sit down one more inch. Good, one more breath. And come up to warrior two. Good, release the hands to your mat. Step two, plank, lift the left leg. Set your right knee down. Good, left hand under the left shoulder, right arm forwards. So there's a tendency for this left hip to open. Drop it down a little bit so that the hips are level, and then maybe you bend the left knee and catch the left foot with the right hand. And gently give it a little kick. If you can't reach your foot, it's fine. Stay in stage one. It's all good. Really. It makes me sad when I hear people say that they suck at yoga, because if you can make it to your mat, then I think you're awesome at yoga. That's the biggest challenge, Never mind some fancy yoga pose or, upper back variation. Give it one last little something. And then extend the left leg back, right arm forwards. Use your core muscles. And then lower the hand and the knee down. Okay, one last vinyasa. Tuck the toes, come to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog pose. You could sigh. That's one of the really nice things about practicing at home too. It's like it doesn't matter in a studio, but it really doesn't matter at home, right? Set your knees down on your mat and stand up on your knees. Okay, so we'll take 2 back bends. We're gonna come in for camel. I like the knees about hips width apart in camel. If the knees are too wide, it gets pinchy in the low back. If the knees are too close, it gets hard to lift up out of the lower back. So about hips width apart. You can take your hands to your butt and literally just lengthen the tailbone down, lengthen the fleshy part of your butt down towards the ground, lift the chest up. Bring the shoulder blades together onto your back. Take the chin a little forward so you can clear the back of your neck. You have lots of space there, and if you want to come deeper, you can walk the hands down the backs of the legs, or maybe even reach back for your heels if that feels good to you. Just be mindful. I know that they're called backward bends, but think of it more as a heart opener. And you're lifting up and opening the chest. It's not about bending back so much. You want to actually lift up out of the lower back and feel the upper back open. Just one more breath. Then come on up and sit back on your heels and just close your eyes. You can take your hands to your legs if that feels good. And just notice how you feel. Okay, and then we'll come up for one more. So come on up, stand up on your knees, and come on in. You can tuck your toes like Christian is doing here, and not only is that a great stretch for the tops of the feet, I'll actually do that too. Why don't we do that in this round? But it also will help to bring your heels a little bit closer to your hands. It won't be quite so intense. Come on back. Now, if it feels precarious to take your hands to your heels, then why are you doing it? Check in with yourself. Be intelligent with the way that you open your body, with the way that you move your body. Be respectful. Feel the shoulder blades press up into the back of your heart. And just one more breath here. Okay, and then go ahead and come on up. And this time, cross your ankles behind you. Come to sit on your bottom and bring the soles of your feet together in front of you. So you can I usually bring the heels a little bit further away from my body than a lot of teachers instruct. You can take the heels in close. If you take the heels a little further away, you'll get more of a stretch on the outer hip. If you bring the heels in really close, you'll get more of a stretch in the inner groin. So they're both good. It's just whatever feels better for you. And then lengthen the spine, and if you can fold forwards, then go for it. And you just find your spot and breathe there. The amazing thing about yoga is that the goal is really just to be here. That's it. Precisely with what you have. You just breathe with that. And then when you're in the pose for a few moments, if you feel like you could maybe shift and move a little deeper, or perhaps shift and back off a little bit, then do that. We're constantly needing to adjust and readjust the dials. It's not like we find our spot in a pose and stay there for the rest of our lives, Although that sometimes happens, I see that a lot in my classes and in my own practice, where I get so accustomed to going to the same spot in a yoga pose that I don't really work deeper, or a student may not work deeper. And then one day a teacher will come up and say, hey, I think you can come a little deeper. And it's like, wow, I really can. I was so used to the old way. It's called homeostasis. It's pretty common it happens all the time in life. Press yourselves up. And let's go ahead and come to Pigeon. So bring the right leg forwards, left leg back. If Pigeon irritates your hips or your knees or anything, come to thread the eye of the needle on your back instead. Okay, so you can bend the front knee a lot, or eventually as your hips start to open, you can start to take the right shin parallel towards parallel to the front edge of your mat, and then fold in. You just find your spot and breathe there. And as you know, I like to remind you guys a lot of this, that you're always welcome to stay longer. Obviously, when you're at home, if you want to hit pause on the video and hang out for a few more minutes, that's a really nice option. And just practice being present. To truly be present means that there's no agenda. It means that we're truly, truly in the moment. You know you're in the moment when it even defies words. It's like if you were to step outside on a beautiful starry night with a full moon, which in LA you would not really see too much of, but if you're out away from city lights, you might see that. Like just this beautiful full moon with a starlit sky. And the minute you start to talk about it, you destroy it. You take away the magic. To just fully just be there and experience, that's where the truth lies. That's where yoga is. That is yoga in action. And that goes for everything. That goes for everything. Go ahead and switch sides. Any way you like. Some people like to come back to down dog in between pigeon, or you can just shift the legs around. And then again, you can bend the knee a lot. You can take it more to a 90-degree angle, and then fold forwards. So learning to experience without words, learning to see, observe, listen, learning to touch the moment without labeling, without criticizing, without segregating. It's very challenging. It starts by just being mindful of the words that you do use. For example, if you're looking at a beautiful starlit sky with a full moon, you might think that it looked beautiful or amazing if you were to describe it. But just to watch the words that you're using can be a very powerful practice in, first of all, recognizing when we're forming judgments. And it can also be a useful way of transforming the inner dialogue. So when you start to see the way that you're thinking and the words that you're using, you can correct yourself if they're perhaps harsh or unkind, and start to develop a kinder, softer, more gentle, loving dialogue, which for me has been an incredibly powerful practice that I can't recommend it enough, actually. Really, you are your life partner, and it can be really beneficial to establish a healthy relationship with yourself, because if anything, it just makes life a lot more fun. Might as well. So what can you soften here? Okay, and when you're ready, come on up and come onto your back. Come all the way onto your back. Hug your right knee into your chest, left leg straight. And just lower your right arm to the floor next to you and take a twist to the left. Feel the right shoulder get heavy, like an anchor. And just gently allow the right knee to drop towards the floor. It doesn't have to touch the floor. It may never touch the floor. Just find the stretch in your back. Good, and then come back to center, and we'll switch sides. So you'll hug the left knee into your chest, straighten the right leg, left arm to the floor next to you, and then just draw that left knee over to the right side of your mat. This could be a nice place to close your eyes and just notice how it feels to be alive in your body. This could be a nice moment, just, I call it one of those I love yoga moments, you know, just to be grateful for your practice and your efforts. Okay, so go ahead and come back to center and hug both of your knees into your chest. Lengthen your spine along the floor. And then release your arms and your legs. And come for shavasana. So I've recommended this before. One of my students told me that he does this with the online videos, is when it comes time for shavasana, he has a piece of music queued up on YouTube that he likes. You know, he'll find something that he likes and he takes shavasana to that. I think that's a great idea. Just take some time to really rest and integrate the benefits of your practice. Okay, so for the sake of time on this video, we're just gonna come on out of this. So you're just gonna stretch your arms and legs a little and bring your knees into your chest. And roll to your side, whichever side you like. And press yourself up to sit. So come to sit comfortably and close your eyes. And just allow life to meet you easily. Rather than putting your agenda on it, or even your intentions, which are good, I'm sure, but just allow life to flow, and your intentions will naturally become clear. And the more you allow life to flow, the more easily your actions will align with those intentions. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Lift your heart and bow to your inner teacher. So thank you so much for practicing with us today. We're here at the Springs in the Arts District in downtown LA. And we're stoked for this promotion with Threads for Thought. So make sure to share the video to your Facebook and post that link to our link, right, with your email address. And we look forward to continuing this relationship with you guys and building this community. So thanks for following us, subscribe to the channel. We really love your comments. Please like the videos. And thanks to Threads for Thought as well for donating all these yoga pants for us. Namaste.